standard of living for one and all under a system of government based on the consent of the citizenry. This is what the government of the Gambia has for its citizenry. And we should all come together and be patriotic enough to make sure that this mission statement, this vision encapsulated in the mission statement is achieved. We've got only 6 years more. Let me say 5 3/4 of a year to reach these lofty ideals. And we all have to come on deck and play our part and be patriotic and know that Gambia is ours. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we do not have to go too long, but let me say that your contribution tonight, especially those who've bought platinum tables, individuals who've bought their tables just to come and be part of this, bravo, you've done very well, and it is highly noted that you have definitely contributed. Without wasting much time, I would like to invite, where she is seated, the Honorable Minister of Basic Education, Fatou Lamin Faye, to give the welcome remarks.
Your Excellency, the Vice President and Minister for Women's Affairs, Dr. Aja Asatunjai Sedi, ably representing His Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, Sir Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya AJJ Jame, Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly, Minister of Presidential Affairs, Secretary General, Minister of the Civil Service and General Secretary of the APRC, Honorable Momodou Sabali, Honorable Ministers here present, National Assembly members, our esteemed Sapphire sponsors, including the Gambia Ports Authority, Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation, QCell, GAM Petroleum, Gambia National Petroleum Company and Afrishell, service chiefs, venerable religious leaders, Yai compins and party militants here present, invited artists, protocol, members of the security services, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all other protocols duly and respectfully observed. I am very honored and privileged to be accorded the opportunity to make some remarks on this auspicious occasion marking the second edition of the APRC for Peace and Love Gala Dinner being held to raise funds for the APRC party. This is indeed an important event for the APRC, as it is not only to raise funds for the forthcoming Congress and other activities, but has once again made it possible for supporters and well-wishers to come together to dine and share joyous moments with Her Excellency the Vice President, ably representing His Excellency the President, our dear party leader. As you know, we refer to him as the champion of peace and love and the global benefactor. I am therefore very delighted to welcome every one of you on behalf of the party leader and the fundraising committee to this event and assure you of yet another enjoyable evening. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, apart from the opportunity created for us to dine and interact by this event, it is also one way to celebrate the successes registered from 1994 to date by the APRC party in government under the dynamic leadership of His Excellency the President. Despite our brutal colonial past and our initial labeling at independence as a non-viable state, the Gambia as a sovereign nation rose against the view of the skeptics and ill-wishers with the advent of the Second Republic. In this regard, there has been a visible liberation of the country from colonialism and real focus on achieving sustainable socio-economic development, premised on the existence of peace and stability in the country. We have therefore come a long way from being a country characterized by social and economic inequities to being a country where the acceleration of socio-economic growth is widespread and inclusive, with the poorest seeing significant improvements in their lives. We have seen in the Gambia today the spread of peace, security, love, and good governance, which provides any investor the necessary conducive environment to promote and establish their businesses. We should therefore be very proud of our achievements as a party. Notwithstanding the achievements, however, it is our responsibility as a party to work relentlessly in support of the efforts of His Excellency the President and our party leader to develop our dear motherland. Let us prove to the whole world that the Gambia, which was referred to during the colonial era as the hellhole, as well as Britain's poorest and most dismal African colony, is now indeed one of the places where the future lies. It is therefore our concerted responsibility as a party and as a population to continue to decolonize the mind and spirit that can potentially reverse the gains registered thus far under the APRC rule and the stewardship of His Excellency the President. We must continue to promote the principles of patriotism, self-discipline, respect and love for one another. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I cannot conclude my remarks without once again extending thanks and appreciation to our Sapphire sponsors. On behalf of our party leader, His Excellency the President of the Republic of the Gambia, the Fundraising Committee and the entire APRC membership, I wish to sincerely thank the following institutions: the Gambia Ports Authority, the Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation, GAMP Petroleum, QCell, the Gambia National Petroleum Company, and AfriCell. I also wish to thank all those who bought platinum tables, as well as those who generously donated various sums of money towards this event or bought individual tickets. All of you have indeed supported a worthy cause. Let me also thank the members of the fundraising committee who worked tirelessly to make this day possible. Special thanks go to Grts for advertising the event. Mr. Rafat Al-Amar of AfriCell for designing and printing the banners. EPM for beautifully decorating the ground, and Senegambia Beach Hotel for hosting us. With those remarks, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you once again and wish you an enjoyable evening. I thank you all for your kind attention and have a memorable evening.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Those were very, very strong words and should form the basis of a new book. Don't throw away those sheets of papers. They are so wonderful. And ladies and gentlemen, just a very small announcement to make. I said this before, that our Sapphire guests will access the buffet from this station, where you'll be served the starters and, of course, soup and starters. And the rest, the platinum, will access the buffet from B, C, and D. We also have tonight, I said this earlier on before, we have 3 very wonderful prizes. But then these prizes are going to be based on love, because tonight, as you can see, the colors is all about red and black, the colors of love. And it's a Valentine's night, and I wonder how many people do wake up in the morning and become very poetic and say those wonderful words to either your wife or to your husband. But later on tonight, I will tell you of some of the love lines that have been written or have been said by members of the executive of the biggest or the strongest nation in the world, the United States of America. I have quotations from Ronald Reagan and President Nixon. I don't want to say what Obama says to Michelle when he wakes up in the morning, but these are very historic writings. Let me begin with this one from Ronald Reagan. While